Hello there, Mar here, and welcome back to my next episode on the Welsknight Patreon server. I am standing outside of my completed house. I know I said I might do the interior with you later. I kind of got carried away with myself. I told myself, I'm just going to do the inside walls. That's kind of boring. Nobody wants to watch the inside walls. And then next thing you know, the decoration was half done. So I have to face the music and show you all everything I did off camera, of course. Still a lot of torch spam is in the house. I'll work on. I mean, the interior decorating isn't completely done because I want to make the torch actually, the lighting actually look decent. I've got as much as I can currently hidden underneath the carpets, like here at the entrance, underneath the table. I like the look of this fire here in the kitchen, which this used to be where I had a whole bunch of ovens or stoves. I took those out, put them over my storage room instead, and I added in this like fireplace type, or not fireplace, I guess, like those old-fashioned medieval style stoves or ovens or whatever, where it's just this hearth, nice big sweeping hearth, and you got your fire, and this is supposed to like represent the chimney, I guess. It's not actually a chimney. I mean, there's no holes inside there. It doesn't go anywhere. And I have some guests in here. This is Steven. I don't know whose horse this is. I don't remember if he was here in the last episode or not. This is Steven. He was wandering around the neighborhood, and I decided to bring him in here so he'd be safe, and nobody's come to claim him. And this is Shadowfax. It's a reasonably fast horse, and it's white, so I thought Shadowfax was fitting. Obviously currently wearing diamond armor. Every so often, I hop on them, and I end up usually suffocating a little bit. But I take them over here to this bedroom, and I hop off, and they always end up back in the kitchen. And I was talking this over on Discord with some of the gang, and someone mentioned that maybe they're attracted to the nearest source of water. I don't know that this is strictly speaking the nearest source, because if you go out the front door, lagoon, hello. But yeah, I don't know why they always end up back over there. Now, I was going to show you the rest of the house, and I will, but I just realized it's nighttime, and I want to show you this progress we've been doing in the streets, myself and Leggy. The rain makes it a little less appealing, I guess, so we'll do our best. But I love how lit up the area is now that we have proper street lighting in. And my own yard and Leggy's yard are also spawn proof because I hid some lighting in the ground as well. So these streets go more or less everywhere on this side of the lagoon, pretty much up to here, and then I just left this as whatever the owner of the house up there, I guess they created this probably. And then the street also goes around this way. And I don't know who it is. It's probably Leggy, but I'm not 100% sure. Also named the streets. And this is the blue district with the blue concrete. There's probably going to end up being about 4, maybe 5 districts. The other ones being on the other side of the bridge over there. So you kind of have a little bit more separation. You got this house here. I tried to leave as much of the landscaping alone as I could, just so that it kind of flowed a little more smoothly. But I also wanted to make sure that the roads came up as closely as I could to the plots, so that it, looked decent. Some of them, like this one here, there wasn't a path up, so I created one, just so that it looked good. Now there's a house over there. I believe they're working on their own bridge there, and I'm going to bring the road over eventually. These two houses, Ty and Thibaut, they're also not connected to the roads yet. I'm not entirely sure what Thibaut's plot size is, because we get 23 by 23 by 19, and I don't want to accidentally, because his house, I think it might be 20, let's see, 1, 2, that's not even the full 23 by 23 on either side. So I'm not entirely sure which part is his yard and what's not. So I don't want to accidentally cut the road right through his yard and be like, sorry, tough luck. So I'm waiting to hear back from them on where their plots are and everything. And then this bridge, Leggy built the bridge from pretty much the floor down, like the surface here down. And then he was trying out a couple different lighting styles. And I came in and I designed the arched roof, I guess. I mean, it seems weird saying a roof to a bridge, but it kind of is a roof. With the lighting and of course the torch holder trick there. And I was really happy with the way it turned out. So everything from the bridge to this side is more or less complete. And this is what I'd like to work on the roads with you a little bit in this episode, and that's where I was working just now. But let's go back to my house real quick, and we'll take a quick tour around the inside. So it's right over here. Just pop in, get out of the rain. I don't know why, but rain always makes me feel like I'm lagging. I don't know why. So this house, I know I mentioned it in the last episode. It's based off of a house in Skyrim. It's not perfect necessarily, just the way Minecraft translates to real world or vice versa. This is a room, I believe the murder scene in the video game in Skyrim was in here. And it was like, I want to say there was like an alchemy table, and I don't remember everything else, but it was like kind of gloomy in here, and since it had an alchemy table or whatever, and that's basically like crafting, I decided I'd put a crafting table in here, and then all my storage. Here's where I moved my furnaces to, my fuel source, of course, right on top, and I've got it full of dried kelp and undried kelp and all of that stuff. This is one of the bedrooms. It's got 2 beds. It's not fully decorated. I want to get some greenery in here, maybe some pictures on the wall. Not sure what else really. I got some hidden bookshelves under here. Could probably stand to have more bookshelves elsewhere. That might look good. Come up here, we've got the tower like before. I did put the lighting in there. Over here you've got, I don't see, this room's confusing in game. I think it stays empty. Like, just forever it's empty. So I might be able to do whatever I want in here. Probably another bedroom, to be honest. And then this is like the master bedroom. So it's kind of, I like the shape of it that I made here. It's not necessarily the way the game was, but you kind of had to work with what space he had. It's got a bit of a vaulted ceiling right here. Got the high window there, whereas the other rooms you can't really see up there from here. And of course you got this nice blank wall, and you're like, well, there's a room underneath here, so there's got to be space in here somehow. Well, there is, and you probably saw it before, but we got the ladders here, and we're gonna go up. This room is technically not, well, actually up there and in this room, they're technically not in the Skyrim video game. But I was like, well, the space is clearly there, so I might as well make use of it. So this will be like a secret room, and up here there's like a completely secret attic, or crawl space, depending on what you want to call it. And here's where the other windows are. And these are actually the dormers that I put in, because the game did have, the server restart in 6 minutes. Oh, I didn't even see that. Well, we'll get to experience the server restart. But yeah, these dormers, you can see them from the outside, but I don't think the game actually made use of them on the inside. And then it's got the skinny little hallway to come to this part over here, where you can look out and see over there. That birch block house is Gru's, and then the one right there that is is it the Observer? No, it's not the Observer, is it? It might be the Observer, actually. I'm not very good with redstone blocks, but I think that's the Observer, and that's Elitha's. You can just barely make out way over there a couple more houses. I know Stina's back there. Vander is that tower right behind the bridge. Got Leggy here, Candy there. So yeah, you can see a lot of people's houses from right here, which I think is really cool. So I like it. I like how it turned out. We'll have to figure out something to do with the interior other than just making the torch spam go away. Get some proper lighting. So it looked like we slept for us, and it's not raining anymore. So let's come outside, and let's head over here. Oh, and okay, so I'm such a noob to this game. I've been playing for less than a year. I had no idea that mushroom soup was a thing. Or that all you have to do is go up to a mushroom cow and milk it with a bowl in your hand to get it. So I did it with like 8 bowls, and I've got 8 bowls of mushroom that I've been making my way through. I'm disappointed it doesn't stack, which is why I'm eating it all so that it clears up my inventory. But that's okay. Now I know we've got the... Yeah, see, there's the server time. We've got only a couple minutes left before server restart. So I'm going to wait for the server restart, and I'm going to work on the roads a little bit, and I'll come back once the server restart's done. Welcome back, everybody. Server restart has happened. I made a little bit of progress here on this road here. The premise or the concept of these roads, they're 7 wide. It's basically 2 lanes and then a median. And the median alternates between a tree, just for color, basically, and a lamppost. The tree, it's oak or dark oak, doesn't really make a difference, leaves a dark oak fence, and then glowstone down there for extra lighting. The lamppost is a cobblestone wall, 5 fences of dark oak, and then it alternates with 2 fences off to the side supporting these hanging glowstones. And then this is just to indicate which district. So we're the blue district, so it's got the blue concrete. And then underneath the fence, the whole fence structure is a polished andesite. Everything else, the stairs, the central blocks, the blocks on either side of the little trees, it's going to be cobblestone, stone brick. Obviously, those are the only 2 stair varieties for the stony variants. The central parts here will also have unpolished andesite, a little bit of gravel, that sort of stuff. Smooth stone as well. The trees themselves will alternate every other one, either 2 tall or 1 tall. So I've got that side. I mean, that's pretty good other than the texture variation. So over here, I'm just going to pick it up pretty much exactly the way it was on that side. And I'm going to treat this huge bridge as being a lamppost. Probably more like 2 lampposts and a tree. So I have a small tree there. So I'm going to start with a small tree here. Right now I'm not actually putting the trees in. I'm just, working on the little flooring here. So I put in some of the glowstone and the leaves, going every other one. So we just pop down here, put down the glowstone and the leaf. Pop down here, glowstone, leaf. It gets a little tricky over here because, what do you know, you're working in water. I actually forgot that there's water underneath this whole thing. And I'm just minding my own business, knock out a block, and I fell right in. So I'm going to have to do something with the underside here. But that's okay. That'll be more of like something for a later day. I might just go cheap and do support structures as if it was deliberately built over the water. I don't think I'm actually going to bother filling the whole thing in. Now this part here gets a little weird. Do I have any... Yeah, some sort of trash block. Because we need something to put the glowstone on. So do something like this. Glowstone. Oops, that's actually wrong. Glowstone is down 1. Hello. Oh, the slow mining speed. Okay, so then that. I don't have any more stone handy, so I'd have to go back and get some from my shulker boxes. But this is the general idea. So then I can just come over the leaves on top and pretty much carry that along the whole way. Do I have any polished andesite? No, I don't. So let's run over here. Let's see what we've got in here. Oh, here's some. Not very much, though. I know I have more. Yeah, there we go. That's what we're talking about. Alright, now the polished andesite, it doesn't have to be further down at all. Like, it's not on the glowstone level, it's on the leaf level. So that's just super easy. Filled right in. So we'll just keep going every other one. All the way down to the end of, the end of what we've built so far, I guess. So right down to here. And I'll fill these in later. Now, I'm probably, this is Elise's, I want to make it, like, since these cubes are built on like a 16-bit principle and we get a 23 by 23, I don't know actually where their quote-unquote yard is. Gru marked out his for me already and said I could build up to there. I don't know whether Aletha cares whether I bring the road right up to her front door or not, so I sent her a message on Discord to find out. So I might end up doing a little bit of a drive off here. The Wells Way is over there, as well as the portal to the Nether, and a whole bunch of other houses on that side. Now, yes, I can go up into the hills, and yes, I will go up into the hills, as I marked out with the netherrack here. But I also want to bring it back here. Now, it's really skinny right here. Let's see, we got 1, 2, oops. There you go, breaking things. Congratulations. Let's put that back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It gets 7 wide, and that's how wide the road is until right here. So I'm like, well, I could dig into the hillside, which I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be the end of the world, but it would make the hill look kind of weird. I don't know. Or I could just do like a 1 wide street without the median. So have like a 1 wide come right here, come right along here, make a tiny, tiny little jog right here. Probably right up to his front door, to be honest. And then have like a full street going off here. And just get rid of this path entirely. Now this is someone else's actual base. Spy, I believe. No, Pro. This is Pro. I knew that. This is Pro's actual base, and it goes all the way out to here. So we don't want to cut into his. That wouldn't be really fair. So I would want to bring the road out in front of his space, straight across here. I also talked to them because we have the Wells Way and the portal here, and we were talking about doing some sort of official like harbor type thing. Because I mean, Update Aquatic, there's a lot of people with their bases in the water. Even if it isn't like functional, because clearly this works just fine, it would be kind of cool to have like an actual harbor over here. So we were thinking about doing something like that, in which case the road would come up to the harbor, then we would have the harbor all across the front here, where basically where the wood planking is, and then the road would like pick up again over here and carry its way to the other houses over there, like around it's not really in rendered distance, very, like, not all of it is, but basically over there, around the front of the island. But that's more of like a long-term thing, because we're going to have to figure out what kind of, like, with the harbor idea, what it looked like, where the road's going to be, all that sort of stuff. Another possibility, instead of the little 1 wide through there, is I could just bring it straight through here. In which case, pretty much straight, because let's see, if I line myself up at the edge of Pro's base, it comes right to here, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I would have exactly 7 blocks. So maybe I do that. Because I don't think, oh, well, I can't do that, because Gru, never mind, bad idea, because Gru has his pond here, and he named some fish, so I wouldn't do that. I think he's considering this part of his base, because that's only 16 blocks, so, you know, that'd be his other 7 or whatever. But I could still bring the 1 wide over here, and then have it turn back in, like, go past his door, and then turn into a 7 wide here, and go along. That could work. And then I don't know whether we just leave this water, or what we would do with it. Probably wouldn't really matter right away, at least. So yeah, that requires more thought later along the way. And then this, of course, will go up into the hills. And there's a lot of houses out there. I haven't actually even been to them all. I've been trying to find them all and marking a general idea of where I want paths to go with the netherrack. Because obviously we already have the path blocks, but some of these path blocks go off in random directions. I didn't realize I was so close to that hole. For no apparent reason. And I just don't want to, you know, end up with a million paths, especially when they're 7 blocks wide. That seems a little path intrusive, maybe. So yeah, it's just going to be an ongoing process. Let's see. I want to come back here, and I've already forgotten whether I mentioned it or not. Nikki built her bridge, and we can connect the roads over there, but we're kind of already pushed for time. So I think what we're going to do is squeeze as much of this crap in here as I can, and then go take a look at some community builds like I mentioned last episode. Oops, nope, I want my steak. Thank you. Can I finish, or can I squeeze any more of this stuff in? Okay, I guess I can't take the polished andesite into the shulker, that's fine. So we're just going to grab these up. I don't like leaving my things around the island. Be nice and clean, people. Put my bucket in there. I'll keep my steak handy, my mushroom soup handy. And we'll just grab this and go. So there's a couple different things I want to take a look at. Gee, if I'd have known I was this hungry beforehand, I could have put these bowls in my under chest as well. That's okay. I want to look at the shopping district and the Ender, and the farms. Especially, well, I mean, I guess all three of them equally. So let's go ahead and do that. You can access them all through the Nether, of course. You got the Welsknight here, which is basically a rail system, and it actually has the farms hooked up already. So let's take the Welsknight. Actually, well, we can, but it's going to be really laggy, I bet. I don't know why, but I always seem to lag when I'm on minecart. So if I lag, I'll just snip that bit out, and if I don't, then I won't. Whoops, wrong way. And by the way, I love the interior decorating they're doing. I love the leaf columns. It looks great. So you basically step here, wait for your minecart, hop in, give it a little bit of a nudge, and off it goes. And am I going to lag? Please, yep, there I go, lagging. So yeah, like I come to a complete stop on my screen. I don't know why. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. It seems to be going okay right now, but I don't want to jinx myself and say that. We'll see how it goes. It's only a short ride. So... oh, we passed Dina's house over there. I don't remember whose that is, but I love the concept. It's basically Nether at the bottom, overworld, and then the end on top. I think it's a brilliant idea. We're already over halfway to the farms. We'll be seeing it coming up here on the side. Right here any moment now. Come on, come on. You can see the field coming into view. I don't remember if you've seen any of this in a previous episode. There's been a lot of work done for sure. Like these towers, at least. I was off for the last couple days, and these towers are brand new. They were not there last time I played. So, and I just love that. I think this is Aletha and Angel. They're doing like the community breeder, villagers, trading hall, whatever. And they're building basically an entire city. And I just love the whole idea. So they're doing the actual city itself, and then Emma and I are doing the farms. This is the ultimate path design we're going to be using. Completely spawn-proof because I hid some lighting underneath. The fields themselves are mostly spawn-proof. I've basically put a jack-o'-lantern under almost every single water source. There are still some areas that don't even have a water source yet. So just, you know, work in progress, basically. Something we'll just work on as we go. We need to bring the paths along. Everywhere there's a path block, it's going to be basically turned into the actual paths. So you come up here. Off to the side, we've got some patches of, I believe it's carrots and potatoes. These are potatoes. Eventually we'll have like beets and pumpkins and melons and all that stuff. I put in a little racetrack, which Emma thought was like a vineyard. Why? It's like a jousting type thing, like, you know, old-fashioned medieval with the lances. Oh well. And over here, these are our project boxes with resources. This is my first and actually my only attempt at a tree. I guess it's okay. I don't know. I don't really have anything to base it off because it's my first one. I feel like it's maybe a little dumpy and depressing, but I don't know. I guess it's good enough to keep. And I like that I have the log blocks that have the texture on all the sides. This house was mostly built by Emma. and I helped with the roof and some of the basically all of the interior walls. And then Leggy has been going crazy with decorations. He's got this kitchen here, dining room. Over here's a bathroom. Judge actually put in a super smelter down here and a kelp farm. So this is his work. So you come over here, you can see the kelp farm up there. You basically just use the kelp over and over again to create fuel for the super smelter. I feel so laggy down there with all the redstone. Let's get out of there. And he came in here and took one look at the sign, and he said, "Who turned the entrance to my basement into a potty?" And I was standing nearby. I was like, me? He's like, a potty? In fairness, my idea was kind of like the Harry Potter book 7, where they flush themselves into a toilet to get into the Ministry of Magic. So that was basically my inspiration. I just thought it was hilarious to turn that little room into a bathroom. So yeah, this is the house. Come back outside. We got a chicken coop. Emma made that. We got the stables. I put down the base frame, and then Leggy went nuts and completed it using the same texture palette that we had already been using on the barn. The barn is mostly my doing. Leggy helped a lot. Like I would build this side, and he replicated it on that side, sort of a deal. There is a loft, and we have a special guest up here. Let's see where she's... Oh, there she is. She's hanging out over here. Hi, Charlotte! So good old Charlotte from Charlotte's Web, children's story. And we used to have Wilbur, which is why I have the signs, "Do not kill Wilbur." And then somebody killed Wilbur. And I was very sad about it. And maybe a little mad about it. And then somebody came along and renamed all of the rest of the pigs with variations of Wilbur. We've got Wilbur 3.0, 4.0, I think it goes up to like 9.0. We've got Wilder and Wilder, and let's see what else we got. Oh, he's not named at all. Wilbur. So yeah, it's a pretty funny prank. Also in here we've got mushrooms, we got micro farms for the sheep, the cows, and the pigs. The sheep and the pigs are in the back of the pen. The cows are right here. And down here we have the multicolor sheep farm. There's way too many sheep in here probably. I'll probably have to prune them eventually, but we've got at least 3 or 4 of every color and a whole pen of white ones in the middle for your generic re-dyeing and whatnot or whatever. We've got a silo. There is a nano farm in there. I want to put a chicken smelter in there as well, but that's something I'll have to work on later. So that's pretty much the farms in a nutshell. I'm going to head into the nether, and I will meet you back when I am at the Ender. And welcome back again. I am in the end here next to Marvin, which is what, I don't know where it came from, but now these guys are just Marvin. It makes me think of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but it's okay. So this is the Ender. Well, sort of. It's the outside of the Ender. If I come over here, we can see it's actually not the prettiest thing to look at, and you can't even see it up close without Optifine. That's the Ender over there, and that's carpet on top of it, double carpet, pretty much everywhere. And it was very tedious to try and get it all in white, so a lot of it is actually multicolored, and eventually I'll go over here and recolor it. But here we've got water streams all the way down. I love this water stream elevator in here. It's just, I just like how it turned out. All the way down, and they got a nice long tunnel here. This is fully double carpeted as well, and these side nooks are not high enough for Enderman to spawn or teleport. So let's just pop down here. I hope this thing is not active. They're so loud when they are. I think it's off. Yep, there's an on-off switch. Oh, it's on. Ooh, let's turn that off. I do not want those noisy guys. Yeah, we've already got some. Great. They're going to be all noisy then. Okay, we're just going to stand back a little bit. We've got chests down there just for trash, basically. These are the Ender Pearl chests. There is a disposal system here where they just drop into the void. These are constantly full. Like, constantly full. These are mostly for when you finish enchanting trash items. I don't know if there's any actual purpose for those, but whatever. I just hate throwing things other than ender pearls into the void, so I put in those over there just for kicks and giggles. There is the on and off switch. Got a little enchanting room here, ender chest, crafting tables, bookshelves, just mostly to fill up the space. The idea is to have like a column of anvils, but everybody does their enchanting over here, so I guess ultimately we just ended up with the anvil constantly being placed over here. Occasionally, I don't know why, but Enderman will teleport over here, but since it's all of this is double carpet, they can't actually do a whole lot. They just kind of stand and get kind of they jitter around a lot and get mad, but they can't really do anything. You just come up here, you whack them. Got 3 hoppers there to take care of the loot. Because of the system, chucking everything to the void, once these fill up with ender pearls, when they do drop their heads, which is a thing we've got like data packs and stuff going, it can be kind of hard to catch their head, but all of these were originally heads before the data pack was actually working right, so every single mob head dropped as a as a skeleton head, even though it wasn't supposed to. So we have a lot of skeleton heads. So that's the Ender. I was the lead on this, basically for the mechanics of the farm itself. But I had help with it. I did not do the design, though I did finish most of the design, like the tunnel and the water elevator over there. I put this hole in for elytra access, but I don't think anybody actually uses it. I have tested it a few times to make sure it works. I prefer not to use it just because it makes me feel weird to elytra over the void. And then the sorting system I also did not do. So I can't take credit for that part personally. But otherwise, like the double carpeting, we had to move the end. Like originally the killing station was, I think it was like right here between the chests. And let's see if I remember the shortcut. So yeah, there's a chunk border right here. So the endermite kept disappearing, and I was like, what's happening to the endermite? And then we were like, oh, it's on a chunk border. Of course, now it all makes all kinds of sense. So we had to move it over here. And then it kept dying even then. And turns out somehow they were being able to teleport up there and kill it, even though it was double carpeted. I would sneak out here to show you there's actually like an access hatch with a ladder. That endermite is enclosed, like serious hardcore enclosed. There is no way anything is getting to it now. But yeah, we went through like about 10 endermites, I would guess. A couple different people came out to help fix it every single time it died, because I'd usually be at like a work or something like that. So yeah, it was a lot of hard work. But yeah, so that's the Ender. So I will meet you over in the market district, and we'll quit and make a really fast tour, because my video is already excruciatingly long for what I normally do. So we're gonna make a quick tour of the market, and then we'll call it an episode. So I'll meet you there. Oh, I almost forgot to mention who helped me build this Ender. Like I said, the concept, like building the platform and the tunnel and, you know, all that fun stuff, I was the lead on the project. The decorations was done by Angel, especially I would have never thought to use the ice as a backdrop. So he did all the design work, and then I just carried it along. And the sorting system was by Potato, or Tater, or any number of potato-related jokes that we have used at least once. So yeah, credit where credit's due. So definitely not me. I do not do sorting systems. I'm not that redstone-y yet. Maybe never will be. But yeah, I did want to make sure to mention that. So now we'll head over to the market, and I'll meet you there. And here we are again in the market district, and boy oh boy are there a lot of shops just popping up all over the place. Some of these are even new for me. I won't go over all of them. I mean, we sell not everything in the game, but pretty much everything in the game in one shape or another. Some places, I mean, some things we sell more than one place. And I don't even know who's all these shops are, so it'd be futile to try and say, oh yeah, this shop's owned by this person, that shop's owned by that person, they sell this, yada yada yada. So yeah, I mean, you can take it in, see them all. You can see one of them got bumboed over there. You could get it, so a lot of these you can get the general idea of what they sell just by looking at them. And this is my shop, and it's a Stina Chibi Head, or however you say it, shop. I got the idea off of Hermitcraft, the IOUs that are, there's like 2 shops, I think it's like Doc and Tango, I want to say. I think Exuma built them. So I got that idea. I do not sell Stina IOUs. Instead, I sell inauthentic Stina Rose autographs. And inside, forged Stina Rose autograph. And I put donations used towards community projects. So people have actually been buying them. I don't know what in the world I'm going to do with 1 arrow, but that's fine with me. Got 3 cookies, got a flint and steel, got a little bit of diamonds. Diamonds assembly required. This is one of my favorites. It's a dragon egg. Mars Kid. Like, really? Really? That's what you went with? You renamed it to Mars Kid in an egg? This slot's empty. That's because a conduit was put in here, but they're currently using the conduit for a community. I don't actually even know which one it is, but someone's using it for community build, so that's why that slot's empty. And I'm also got, like, oops, did not mean to do that. What a waste of a rocket. I'm also, I had a chest here. I still have a chest over here. Ooh, wow. Diamonds! I need to restock my shulkers. But I've been selling shulker boxes and miscellaneous other stuff. I've got an idea that I'm going to potentially... Oh my goodness, somebody killed a sheep, I guess? Well, I'll take that. I'm not going to leave these things just sitting here wasting. Oh, there's somebody over there shopping. But I've kind of got an idea to expand on this because you're allowed a pretty good sized plot, as you can see, based on what's around us. Oh wow, this got completely renovated. This is the wool shop. This looks excellent. Very nice. Completely renovated though. It didn't look like that originally. But yeah, I definitely want to expand a little so I could have a proper shop for other things. Unless, I mean, I got the space up there because the chibi is completely hollow inside inside the head, so it might be kind of cool to be able to go up there and shop around inside Stina's head. But yeah, so this is my shop. I wanted to at least show you this part. And give you guys a general idea of what the market looks like right now. I potentially may be helping out on the paths. Another community member signed up to do them, but mentioned the possibility of collaborating on the paths, make it kind of look like what we've got going in Spawn. A lot of these are kind of narrow, so we might not be able to do the same exact design, but I'm sure we'll be able to come up with something if that's what we go with. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you like what we've got going on here so far. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye!